Namo Phat. Good morning. Thank you for joining me for our daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This beautiful sound calls us back to our true home. The third mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to cultivate responsibility and learn ways to protect the safety and integrity of individuals, couples, families, and society. I am determined not to engage in sexual relations without love and a long-term commitment. To preserve the happiness of myself and others, I am determined to respect my commitments and the commitments of others. I will do everything in my power to protect children from sexual abuse and to prevent couples and families from being broken by sexual misconduct. We've been reading Ajahn Sundara's book, Seeds of Dhamma, for our Dharma lessons each morning. And this morning we have a section on love. It's not easy to break through the illusion of being a separate self. We spend a lot of energy trying to fill the gap of loneliness with distractions and passions. We want to be fulfilled, to find meaning, so as to lose that sense of loneliness, because experiencing oneself as a separate entity in this vast universe is quite frightening. When I was very young, every time I looked at the stars at night, I would feel a sense of panic because it seemed as if I had disappeared. I would start crying because I felt an intense fear of destruction and annihilation. The universe seemed vast and overwhelming, and this little entity felt so small, just a tiny speck of dust. It was unbearable. The sense of death in that moment, the sense of being annihilated, was very strong and powerful. Now when I look at a starry sky, I feel very happy. Love is perhaps our main way of seeking to overcome the sense of separation and loneliness, and probably the most pervasive theme in our human realm. We seek love. We miss love. We try to figure out how to love ourselves and others. All religions speak of love. Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Buddhism, Hinduism. Love is an ever-present theme, and whether it is love for a person or an object, divine love, or love of truth. We know a lot about the love associated with attachment, with passion. We know about loving something because it gives us something in return. We love chocolates because they make us happy for a few minutes. We love a partner because of the satisfaction we get from the relationship. But we may also come to realize that human love is bound up with attachment, with self-satisfaction, with physical, mental, emotional, or sexual pleasure. Love, love based on something that satisfies us only on the sensory level is ultimately disappointing. This kind of love is initially interesting, fascinating, and exciting, but then we become disenchanted. The Buddhist teaching of the Brahma Viharas, the immeasurables, or the divine abidings, express a sense of vastness, spaciousness, limitlessness. These four abidings are loving kindness, metta, compassion, karuna, selfless joy, mudita, and serenity, upekkha. Giving someone or ourselves the space to be the way they are is a form of love. Love is not necessarily a feeling or a sentiment. It is the fruit of acceptance. It is what happens when we stop attaching and clinging to ourselves, people, or situations. Love then comes quite naturally. Walking the path of liberation is truly an act of love. Taking refuge in awareness and letting go of our attachment to suffering are acts of love. We don't normally call these things love, but really, they're an expression of deep love towards ourselves and others, in the truest sense of the word, when we are not expecting something in return, but are just letting go, we open our heart to universal love. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you for joining me this morning.